What's up, everyone? Welcome back to What's Warhammer. I'm Robbie Johnson, your Gracier guide to unboxings today. So this is my first time ever doing an unboxing video, and I just wanted to try it out and see what everyone thought as sort of a, like a test, basically. And I'm going to open up my very first Forgeworld products. So I'm both a virgin to unboxing videos as well as Forgeworld. So this should be exciting for everybody, because everyone loves virgins, especially male virgins. Wait, that's not true at all? Okay, well anyway, we're going to keep going because I've come this far, and I'm only going to get one shot at it, because once I open it, guess what? I can't reopen it, right? Because there's shrink wrap and stuff. So I didn't bring out the box. I was going to wait for the box, but they put my name on it like four different areas, and I started trying to take it off, and it was just a nightmare. So next best thing, I just pulled them out of the box. Didn't show I'm not showing the invoice here, but so this is basically like my experience with Forgeworld and also like a little bit of a review. Okay, so I placed the order. It was great. The shipping is quite reasonable, as long as you go with the no tracking number. But then you should know that when you get the cheapest shipping method, there is no tracking number. So when it's going to arrive is a mystery. It's about what they said, though. They said about 10 days to Canada, and that was about right. I phoned them up, and they were very, very nice, very pleasant. I was astonished because I didn't have to dial a bunch of numbers to talk to a human. They basically just said, if you don't want this call recorded, let us know and we'll stop recording it. And then someone just answered the phone like a human. It was really bizarre. But they were very charming, very nice. And they said, unfortunately, I did not pay for a tracking number, so there is no tracking number. So I said, I thanked them, and I waited. And the only reason I care was because I'm having trouble with my postal delivery worker who does not even try to deliver stuff, and I didn't want this kind of thing being left out. So anyway, but they said they put on their signature required. So I went down to the post office, and it was all good. So then I opened up the package, and I was very impressed. I can't show you the box because, again, I don't want to deal with pulling my name off of there like 3 or 4 different times. But it came in there basically like this, and it was tight, which is what a package should look like. It should be tight. There shouldn't be room. I worked in shipping, so I know. So this is these are the 2 orders that I made. One is the Warpgnaw Verminlord, and right here is the Skaven Warlord on Brood Horror. So I'm going to open up the Brood Horror first. So as you can see, they packaged it really well. It's very tight because just by looking at the side here right now, I can see that it is it's not a box, right? So luckily they packaged it up nice and tight. So obviously I'm not hiding anything, right? And they're not paying me anything, obviously, to do this video. Not exactly a big name in the industry. So here we go. This is the package. And what I'm going to do is, because I don't think you're going to be able to see very well, I'm going to, I'll post some pictures on my Twitter at Robbie Johnson if you want to get a better idea of what they look like. I was worried about like a bunch of cracks and stuff, but honestly, from here it looks like it's in perfect condition. I guess I can pull it out. Yes, and anyone who made a joke there, I heard you, and I approve, but I'm not going to say it. Wow. Well, this feels okay. So I'm used to the plastics, I'm used to their fine cast, and this doesn't feel like either. It's not either, is it? But wow, it feels solid. It feels more solid than the fine cast. It feels like a heavier version of their plastic. It feels like it's more solid. Huh. Wow, that's really cool. I tried to get it so I could get my face on here too, but it just didn't work out. So that's okay. Again, my hands are shaking. I'm trying to hold it so still for you guys. Jeez. Whoops. There we go. It's really weird showing this kind of thing. And by the way, the reason that I'm kind of showing this stuff is because I was looking for all these pictures to kind of get an idea what it looked like. Because in the pictures on their website, you can't tell very well, right? Wow, this is, see, I was expecting like just a ridiculous amount of flash on there, but there's not very much at all. The only flash that I see is on these teeth here. See? And again, I'm sorry if you can't see that very well, but right there's some flash, but those teeth are really skinny, so considering it's in a bag, that's probably a good idea. And there's a little tiny bit here on the inside, but that's nothing. I mean, I'm used to fine cast. I collect Seraphon as well, and they're pretty much all fine cast, which is not my favorite thing to deal with. Wow, see, I was expecting fine cast. So this feels so much better, to be honest. Sorry, G-dubs, but and there's the last foot. I like how I think it's supposed to be webbed. I love it. One second. Yeah. I mean, it's disgusting. I can't tell if that's supposed to be the ground or if that's like a webbed foot. Maybe that's the ground. I don't know. Either way, looks good to me. And then there's like a little guide in here, and the regular oval base. This looks like the 120 mil, right? So, okay, so that's the Skaven Warlord on Brood Horror, which I'm hoping is going to be more. What's the word? I'm hoping it's going to be better soon. I'm hoping there's going to be another Skaven book like they're doing for Nagash. I think everyone who loves Skaven would buy that book, regardless of any lore or whatever, just for some cool rules, because we lost all our cool Verminous rules and battalions and everything. I don't even see the Skaven chieftain with battle standard in the app, in the Azir app, so I don't even know if there are points to take him. And so there's basically 4 models for Clan Verminous, which isn't much, is it? Anyway, moving on. This is more the main event, I guess, because it's clearly a newer model. This is not like how they, it doesn't come in a bag. I assume this is the newer thing. I'm assuming that they're not moving over to bags, right? By the way, I can't hear if there's any noise going on, so I apologize if me opening this cutter was loud. Hope it wasn't. Don't want to hurt anyone's ears. But yeah, this is exciting for me because there's quite a few pictures of this Warpgnaw Verminlord out there, but there wasn't very many of the Brood Horror. And I also wanted to do sort of a review of my experience with Forgeworld because I had never bought anything from them, and I didn't know what it was going to be like. I didn't know what the costs were going to be like. I did have to pay shipping. I'm sorry, not shipping. Duh. Of course you have to pay shipping, but it's calculated by how much of like it's a percentage of the item itself, right? Anyway, I did have to pay duty, which I was the one thing I was unhappy about was that, and that the reason is because it's a toy, and there's usually, technically it's a toy, right? So usually there isn't any duty on that. But there was on this time. There was this time. Anyway, so it comes with a little. I'm going to cover that up because it's got someone's signature on it. So, but it has a little like checked by so and so, and it gives you instructions. Now these aren't instructions specific to this Warpgnaw dude. I'll flip that back over. I can't imagine they would care about showing someone's little signature check. I don't know. Wow, so this is wrapped individually. Whoa, so this is the main body here. Again, it's got that heavier feel to it. Now, don't worry, I'm not a complete fool. I do realize that these are bigger than the other resin things that I own, but like there are pieces that are not. They're smaller, and they're still like more solid than fine cast. So to anyone out there who is like me saying, oh, I love the look of some of those Forgeworld models, but man, I hate fine cast. Well, they're not fine cast. They are a very different material. They're a very different feel. And I talked to my local hobby store owner, and he said make sure you scrub it down. So I'm not going to forget that. But they're not oily or greasy, you know. Like there's nothing on my hand. Whereas the fine cast has that sort of telecom powder or whatever it is, right? Anyway, sorry, I'm rambling, and I can't do several takes of this video because I've already opened it. So, barring, you know, what's his name, Marty showing up in a time machine, that's not going to be possible. So, yeah, these look like the horns. You can see there's a little bit of like very light. Oh, sorry. Flashing, but this is like it's nothing. It's like tissue paper. It's not, you know, most of it's very light, and like you can see this one here. Oops, sorry. Right in here, that's thicker. That's really on there, but you know, it's not that big a deal. There really isn't much flashing compared to, you know, even like a Saurus Sunblood or a Slan Mage Priest, which has 50 million bits of flash on it. These have almost nothing. So I want to check whether this is bent, because you would think this would be bent, but it's pretty crooked. Let me see if I can get that. See, it looks flat to me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to angle this correctly, but looking at it, I mean, maybe a slight bend. Yeah, I think there's like a very slight bend. Maybe. I'll have to see it. I mean, it's if it's there, you can't even really tell, to be honest. But again, you know, this is about the size of my. They're light, but they're still more solid than like the Sunblood, I would say, and it has just a different feel to it. It just feels like it's a little more solid, which I like. You know, you don't want it to break, but it's actually kind of it has sort of a better feel. Anyway, so my experience with them has been very good. Overall, I would give them give the entire experience a 9 out of 10. The only point I'm deducting is you could say it's not their fault paying duty, but I don't think that they put toy on it. Here, you know what? Sorry to do this in the middle of the video. I'm going to check. Okay, I got the box live on camera. And oh, you know what? They did put toy. Toy Sport Jouet. I think it's French. I'm guessing it's French. I actually don't know. So maybe, you know what? Then hell, I mean, they can't change what Canada Customs is doing. So 10 out of 10. Like, I really, you know, the price is still reasonable. You know, I'm paying I think it was 46 pounds for the Broodlord, or sorry, the Skaven Warlord on Broodhorror, and like 49 pounds, which in Canadian dollars was, you know, less than 100, right? And the other Verminlord, which is fantastic, by the way, but you know, it's not, I don't think it's any smaller. You know, total they're about the same size, roughly. They're shaped a little differently, but you know, it's like 110 Canadian up here for that, I believe, right? So I'm paying less than 100 for this. So even with shipping, it's still cheaper than the other Verminlord. So man, like, what more can you ask for? The feel of it's better than Finecast, to me at least. Some people might disagree, but whatever. This is my opinion. This is my video, right? And they packaged it basically perfectly, you know. And you know, yeah, the Skaven Warlord comes in a bag, but everything in there looks fine. I went through everything piece by piece, as you saw, and it all looks great to me. I'm not a Games Workshop fanboy, but you know, and I know this is like a subsidiary or something like that, but shoot, Forgeworld, 10 out of 10. Loved everything about the experience, and you know, I was trying to take a point off of you for a technicality, but can't do it. So, anyway, thanks for watching, and bye. Oh, actually, you know what? And if you let me know what you guys think, if this is a bad idea or a good idea. That was creepy. Let me know. Anyway, bye.